Morning, everyone. Welcome to this online lecture series. My name is Neha Pradeep Joshi. Today, we are going to start with something new. There is one separate section in your textbook this time, which is wholly dedicated to a different type of literature or genre of literature, that is drama. हं? आजपर्यंत तुम्ही चॅप्टर्स केले आहेत, पोएम्स केले आहेत, बट यू हॅव नेवर डेल्ट विथ एनी टाईप ऑफ लिटरेचर बिफोर. So this is a new introduction. This is a novelty of the syllabus that they have introduced a form of one act play and different kind of drama for you. Okay, so before you start watching this lecture, I assume that you have already gone through 4.1, that is History of English Drama. We have already talked about it in a classroom, and at that time I explained everything. Just go through it once and attempt those questions as well. Let me make you aware of this. Nothing from that will be asked for descriptive question. हां, मोठे लेंदी आन्सर लिहायला 4.1 मधून काही येणार नाही, बट ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह क्वेश्चन, MCQ, फिल इन द ब्लँक्स, मॅच द पेअर्स, असं काही येऊ शकतो. सो प्रिपेअर इट इन दॅट वे. Then we have to come to 4.2, the rising of the moon. This is one act play. In Marathi we call it ekankika. Okay. So now before I start with the text itself, consider the title, The Rising of the Moon. Okay. Now here rising is a homograph. Homograph is what? आपण मागे पाहिलं आहे की विच हॅज सेम स्पेलिंग बट डिफरंट मीनिंग. One rising is, you all know, rising is like sunrise, something which comes up. Uday. In Marathi we call it Uday. And another rising is rebellion or revolution. Paika rising or Santhal rising or rising of 1857. That is called in Marathi Uthav, and another rising means Uday. Uday and Uthav. Two different kind of ideas, but in English there is only one word for that, rising. Okay, so here consider it in that way, the rising of the moon, the rising, the rebellion or the revolution that took place at night. अशा याने विचार करा, and through the title itself it gets clear that the theme must be somehow political. Now what is that? What is the background? We'll come to know about it. But first, let us read something about the playwright. Her image is given here, Lady Gregory. This one act play is written by Lady Gregory. Her original name is Isabella Augusta Percy. Was born in County Galloway, Ireland. One of the moving spirits behind the establishment of Abbey Theatre in Dublin, she was a playwright of great technical skill. At the instance of a friend and sponsor, William Butler Yeats. Now, W.B. Yeats is also an acclaimed name in English literature. He was the famous poet. Okay, and there are many poems by him which are still popular and liked by all. I'll talk about him if I get some time, but right now we have to deal with this only. Okay, who encouraged her to study the old history and folklore of Ireland. Lady Gregory has specially mastered the one act form. Okay, now she is known for her craftsmanship in this form, the one act play. Okay, of her 31 act plays, Spreading the News and The Rising of the Moon are the best known. Okay, in total she has written 30 one act plays, And out of those 30 plays, Spreading the News and The Rising of the Moon are best known. These are two most popular one act plays written by Lady Gregory. Okay, and now in the second paragraph, there is more information about this specific one act play. The Rising of the Moon reveals both great charm and skill of dramatic imagination and a closely observed Irish character. Now this is related to history of Ireland. Okay, the play's charm mainly rests on the sustaining passions of the Irish nationalism. The title, which is taken from the ballad of Sean O'Farrell, is a symbol of Irish uprising against the British. हां आता हे जे टायटल आहे या वन ॲक्ट प्लेचं दॅट इज ॲक्च्युली टेकन फ्रॉम अ बॅलड. Ballad is what in Marathi we call it povada. Okay. So this story is already there present in Ireland as a folklore, and it is sung as a ballad as well. Okay, so and that ballad is by Sean O'Farrell, is a symbol of Irish uprising against the British. Lady Gregory's careful study of the Irish character, her skillful delineation of the individual character, and her perfect handling of the situation are responsible for this one act play's great charm and popularity. Okay, now once you read the one act play, you'll come to know what level of excellence does this woman have, uh, and you'll come to know about it once you read it, the way she has handled that theme and the entire situation, the way she has created those characters. That is why this play is of extreme importance. So before starting with the play, let me tell you something about Ireland. Okay, now here on the screen you can see a map. There is England, then there is Scotland, there is Wales, and then there is Ireland. Okay, when we say this, the United Kingdom, UK, huh? सो नॉर्मली वी डोंट हॅव दिस आयडिया, आपल्याला हे माहिती नसतं की यूकेमध्ये नेमके कुठले कुठले देश आहेत किंवा कशाचं मिळून यूके बनलेलं आहे. युनायटेड किंगडम, पण कशाचं युनायटेड, कशाचं युनियन आहे ते. इट इज ॲक्च्युली देर आर 4 कंट्रीज इन इट: स्कॉटलंड, इंग्लंड, वेल्स अँड नॉर्दर्न आयर्लंड. हां, आता ह्यामध्ये हा जो येलो पार्ट मार्क केलेला आहे, दॅट इज स्टिल अंडर ब्रिटिश कंट्रोल. अँड द रिमेनिंग पार्ट इज रिपब्लिक. It is independent, as like India, that another part is independent, but the yellow part, which is shown in a yellow part, that is still controlled by British. And as these other two, Wales, Northern Ireland and Scotland, they are under control of Britain. That's why this kingdom, it is not just a country, but it is a kingdom according to them. So they call it the United Kingdom, which comprises of Scotland, England, Wales and Northern Ireland. Okay. All right. Now you must be wondering, why we are going to read something from Irish history. There are around 195 countries in this whole world. Then why only about Ireland? Okay, so before I start with the play itself, मी तुम्हाला सिलेबस इंट्रोड्यूस केला होता तेव्हा सांगितलं होतं की देर इज अ ग्रेट सिमिलॅरिटी इन द हिस्ट्री ऑफ आयर्लंड अँड ऑफ इंडिया, because both these countries, they were colonies of Britain in the past. Okay, and we fought for our independence, we suffered because of the foreign rule which was there in our country, and finally we succeeded and got the independence. दोन्ही कल्चर्समध्ये, दोन्ही कंट्रीजमध्ये किंवा हिस्ट्रीमध्ये हा कॉमन थ्रेड आहे. अँड दॅट्स वाय we are going to consider it. And even if you consider the timeline of this particular rebellion, that happened in 1798. 1798 मध्ये झालेलं रिबेलियन आहे, त्याच्याविषयी सांगितलं आहे आपल्याला. आणि 1798 हा टायमिंग आपल्या हिस्ट्रीमध्ये रिलेट करून पहा. ॲट दॅट टाईम there was a rule of East India Company in India. Okay, Mughal Emperor, Nawab of Bengal, they all were defeated, and East India Company started to rule as